Inside Boxing's Throwdown. This is our third and final segment, which is our fan favorite open topic. But really, before we get to open topic, let's mention next week's fight. A lot of people are looking forward to it. It should be a good fight, but it's the first time that Errol Spence, the IBF welterweight champion, will defend his title in front of his home crowd there in Dallas, Texas. Well, it's not in Dallas, but somewhere around on the outskirts of Dallas. He'll be taking on Carlos Ocampo. And you know what? I just hope that Errol isn't too much focused on, because he said it several times, he wants to have a good performance in front of his hometown crowd.
Oh, yeah.
I hope he did. That's just part of the
conversation.
Pressure. Yeah. I don't want him to have too much pressure on himself. Should be a good fight. On the undercard, I did want to mention this. Javier Fortuna and Adrian Granados. Adrian Granados is another lost name, in the junior welterweight division, but Granados is a force to be reckoned with.
It's a warrior, man.
Yeah. He's a guy that's going to be tough for him to go to. But back to Earl. You remember Errol Spence's name is right there in the mix with all of the welterweights, but we have a fight that you mentioned last week that's coming up. It looks like it might happen between Danny Garcia and Sean Porter, and the rumor is that the winner of that will get a shot at Errol Spence.
Okay, yeah, that's the rumor that they'll get a shot at Spence, and I'm kind of looking forward to that because Spence's name is one that people have always just thrown out there as one of the best yet, but honestly, he still hasn't proven that by fighting one of these big names. I mean, the world champions and stuff like that. And I'm part of that group where I'm thinking Spence is the real deal, and he's not going to have a problem with whoever you put him in front of. The Thurmans, any of them guys in that upper type category in the division. So, but I'm going to be anxiously waiting to see that happen. So we can all see that.
Well, there's no question in my mind that Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford are on a collision course. That won't happen in 2018. Sometime in 2019 it'll probably happen if they both continue on their way. But as you said, the level of competition now that Spence and Crawford will have to deal with for the rest of foreseeable future will determine exactly how this all plans falls into place.
I hope they can make that fight because naturally it's money and finances that make the big fights, on who's going to sell the pay-per-views and stuff like that. So I'm really hoping they can because I don't know if Spence could be a big seller to bring in the big promotional, the big pay-per-view fight. And
Stop saying pay-per-view. You keep harping on this pay-per-view, man. The pay-per-view's about done. With the ESPN Plus, like last night, you saw that. With that is a new version of pay-per-view.
But let's just say marquee. I just hope the fight gets done because the bottom line is if it doesn't make money for the promoters and for the networks, it's not going to happen. But I'm going to tell you what I'd like to see that fight because. I for one, like I mentioned earlier, Spence is probably unbeatable is the way I saw it, but I'm not seeing that no more. Now I'm saying, okay, he needs to prove to me that he's unbeatable.
But just real quick, what happened to make you not see that?
Crawford's ability to fight his fight in a ring against anyone.
Okay.
I'm not sure Spence will beat Crawford. As a matter of fact, my early prediction is he can't. I don't think Spence beats Crawford. I don't. That's my honest opinion.
Okay? I can't decide. Right now it's too early. Terrence Crawford, like you said, I can't really use this fight. He picked up a title last night.
Yeah.
The WBO welterweight title. Nobody. I can't think of one person saw Horn beating Terrence Crawford.
No.
Okay, so as far as we're concerned, it was a mismatch. I mean, on paper it was a mismatch, and then last night in the ring,
and it was a mismatch.
Okay, so now I'm just saying that we got to see what happens next. What do Terrence Crawford, Bomac, what do they do next? Like you said, to keep on the line of showing. Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence are both on the thing of what do they do next? Okay, to keep the momentum going to make that fight happen.
Yeah. Okay, well, good. But anyhow, back to the Danny Garcia. He will be fighting Sean Porter. Okay, the only question now, everything's been agreed to and pretty much consummated. But now the only question is, will it be in August
For September.
or will it be in September? Because Al Heyman already submitted 2 dates to the WBC as far as dates for the fight. So it's just now when.
Well, also let me mention that there was a rumor last week. Bob Arum just dispelled the rumor. There was a rumor that Bob Arum was trying to take away Errol Spence from Al Heyman. But Bob Arum said not true. Just 2 words, not true. We'll see how that goes, because usually where there's smoke, there's fire. Okay, but let me say this: I'm going to take a page out of the Aurelio Martinez book. Okay, and you guys will remember this when I said, I think Danny Garcia and Sean Porter. Danny Garcia wins that fight because, as you used to say, Danny Garcia is sneaky good.
I said that.
And I think that he takes Sean Porter because Sean, I think he got caught up in the moment of feeling like he's being left out in the conversations in the welterweight division, and now he's kind of talked himself into this fight with Danny Garcia. And Danny Garcia is a guy that, he lets his dad Angel take the front of running his mouth and doing all this talking, but he's dangerous.
I'll tell you what, and I said that when Danny Garcia first, years and years ago, when he first came on the scene, you remember I said, that guy is sneaky good. Mm-hmm. And that's the hardest opponent that you want to be having in front of you, is because you just don't see the punches coming. He's an illusionist with power. I mean, I like the man, and I agree with you. He's going to beat Sean Porter.
Yeah, I think for most of us, the thing about Danny Garcia is it was easy to lose the focus on the fighter, because his dad Angel was causing so much chaos, and Danny even said it before. He said, hey, my dad does his thing, to make it easy for me, and you thought, well, that's so good. I thought, when Keith Thurman beat him, Keith Thurman just came out, shocked him, went after him. But at the end, you remember those last few rounds, Danny Garcia was in his ass.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure that was not a win without controversy. Okay.
No, Danny Garcia didn't win the fight.
No, but it was not without controversy. Okay.
Well, but once again, Danny Garcia is sneaky good. I think he beat Sean Porter, and then Errol Spence, or I would like to see. I'm just telling you right now. I'd like to see Danny Garcia and Terrence Crawford for 2 reasons. Oh, hold on. Yeah. 2 reasons. Their abilities, is right there at the top. But Bomac going against Angel, see, that's a whole nother dynamic to the game, because you see all of this week, Bomac was coming back talking about Jeff Horn's people, and in the end, like you said, it gives Terrence Crawford a bit of relaxation. Yeah, Same way Angel does. Well, these two, I think that would be the fight.
That would be a good one.
Yeah. Okay.
And that would sell.
Oh, no question.
Without a doubt. Okay, well, good.
Well, wait a minute now. Just let me say this. Because since you're big on this pay-per-view thing, okay, could you see Danny Garcia and Terrence Crawford, if Danny beat Sean Porter? Could you see that being potential?
Yeah, I do.
Well, how?
I do, because now...
Well, wait a minute. Because I lured you into this. Yeah. Because if that is pay-per-view, okay, if it's equal to a pay-per-view, then what would Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence be? Another pay-per-view? See, that's what I'm saying. You can't have every fight that's a good fight be a pay-per-view.
That's what I'm saying. You have to market the people that buy pay-per-view. Okay, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's the Hispanic, and I say Hispanic because I hate using that word, okay? I hate Latino, whatever. So I'll just say it's the Spanish-speaking fans that put out the pay-per-view numbers and pull and buy the fights. Okay, so you have to. Now I'm not sure a fight between Crawford and Spence will pull out the Spanish-speaking audience to buy that fight. Okay. Danny Garcia versus Terrence Crawford will pull out them numbers.
Good point.
Okay, and it's just a matter of your audience and who buys the fight. Okay, so that's what makes the big fights as far as financial. So
good job.
So good. Now let's take a minute real quick, because I do want
a few seconds.
I do want to mention this, but that's 10 seconds. But I want to leave this, and I want to mention this so we can lay this whole fiasco to rest. Okay. between Oscar De La Hoya and his shenanigans with
my God.
Canelo,
Yeah, you're right.
Alvarez, and Triple G. Okay, obviously that fight is off. It's done. And I told you last week that it was all lip service when Oscar started to throw out them names like Saunders and Charlo brothers and Danny Jacobs and all that stuff. I told you back then I can read these guys like a book. I've been in the business too long. It was all lip service. Canelo will never fight anyone
With a pulse?
yeah, with the boxing pulse, okay? It's not going to happen, okay? It's not going to happen, okay? Triple G actually came back and called his bluff and says, okay, I'll do it for
55-45.
55-45, okay?
Crickets.
It didn't happen because that was all lip service because Canelo don't want to fight, or Team Canelo, including Oscar. They don't want to fight Triple G. They know they don't want to stay that fight, so they priced themselves out. Now he's talking about all these numbers. Okay, tell us what did Billy Joe Saunders say? What did the Charlo brothers say? What did Jacob say?
Because they're talking about Danny Jacobs was on record and said, Oscar De La Hoya can go to hell. Said they offered him 90-10. So when you talk about the lip service, you're right. If I tell you, okay, we'll make the fight for 90-10, that's lip service because nobody in their right mind is going to take that.
See, but now Oscar, he sees it a different way. Now he can say, well, we offered it to Jacobs and he didn't want it.
Well, remember Oscar said, which was ridiculous, he said, Canelo will never take a 50-50 as far as long as I'm with him. That's ridiculous because, once again, he's on the record as saying, like we said last week, he said that, Canelo's the future of boxing. He's the face of boxing. Man, this dude forgets, man, that he tested dirty twice.
Yeah.
That's not the face of boxing.
Well, but let me just say, I'm glad, I wanted to see the fight between Canelo and Triple G.
Yeah.
I really did because I felt he won the first one. I thought there was no question about who won that first fight, and I think Canelo was given a gift in the form of a draw, okay? And that's my opinion. Mm-hmm. And everyone has your own opinion. Everyone's got that, I don't want to say it on the air, but everyone's got one. Okay? Mm-hmm. So anyhow, but now that it's over with, I'm glad, and I sure hope they don't bring it back up and we have to worry about listening to the Oscar and the Canelo junk that comes out of their mouth. I mean, it's done, it's over. So just they need to just shut up and announce when they make a fight. When it's signed, sealed, and delivered, then they can make the announcement. We don't want to hear about that. But trust me, it'll probably be someone like Danny Boy Green or something.
Hey man, it'll have to be somebody that just really just wants any kind of payday. Because anybody that's a name that we know, in the junior welterweight division, that's going to fight for 90-10 split, it's insane. But that's Oscar. He's insane right now. Okay. So anyway, that's the end of our third and final segment for this week. Inside Boxing's Throwdown. Steve Johnson, Radio Martinez. We'll see you guys next week where we'll talk about, like I said, that fight between Errol Spence and Ocampo. We'll have results from that. Okay?
Hope you enjoyed the segment of the show. We'll see you next week.
All right, in the meantime, hands up.